Hey, this is Devin at MarkAdvantage. Today we're going to be talking about scorecarding, and in particular how you can use a tool like Databox to be able to aggregate your key metrics and be able to measure them weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. The purpose of this video is to be able to showcase how a marketing team in particular can take a key set of metrics that they want to evaluate on a regular basis and be able to then present and automatically even receive notifications of that data whenever you'd like. So we're going to jump right into Databox and show you how to be able to create a scorecard. Okay, so we're inside of our platform that we use for reporting called Databox. If you don't know about Databox or what it is, make sure to keep reading the article below and check out the links. There's tons of great resources. It's a super helpful platform that we love. But if you are familiar with Databox, then hopefully this will be a good way to be refamiliarized with this feature that I think is honestly one of the most underutilized features of the platform. So when you navigate into Databox, you can go down to the left-hand side and go to notifications. When you land on notifications, you're going to end up in the scorecard function. Now you can see that we already have one in here. This is an internal report that we'll be able to use. You can set up scorecards for anything. But the idea is that you have data that you've already synced into Databox. You now have that publicly available, or you have that available inside of your account. So then you can go make custom metrics. You can calculate metrics. You can do all sorts of things. But for today, one of the biggest things that we want to dive into is scorecarding. The whole purpose of scorecarding is that on a regular basis, primarily weekly, at least the way that we think about it and recommend it, you want to take a look at what are the metrics that are going to help move the needle for us this week, and what will ultimately dictate how successful your marketing team is going to be. So for most folks, we ourselves track the same metrics as a lot of other marketing teams will. And so we're going to talk about that and actually build a sample scorecard here inside of Databox. So when I go into the notifications area, I'm going to click new scorecard, and you'll see that it's going to be a pop-up here that'll allow us to help just simply create this metric. Now what you can see is that you get some nice ways to be able to kind of quickly customize it. So I might call this the marketing and sales scorecard. I can change the color. And then you're going to get a list of metrics here. Now, for us, we have already established what those KPIs are that drive success. And we're going to start with the very first one. We have a ton of data sources connected in here, as you can see, but HubSpot, which is our CRM of choice and our marketing automation platform of choice, we have some very kind of standard metrics that are available. I'm going to use sessions to start with. We do like to see the website sessions and just how we're trending overall. Next for us is then going to be new contacts that come into the system. We want to measure on a weekly basis how many folks are actually entering into the system by any means. Further down, we look at our MQLs, our new SQLs per week. And then here's a custom metric that we have made, and you notice actually it's not available inside the marketing one, so we do have to switch that over to our sales and CRM, our CRM data source called MarkAdvantage, and we're going to do prospects, meetings scheduled with prospects, and then we're going to do. We want deals created, so basically we want to see how many net new deals were created in this past week, and then how many deals were closed won. Perfect. So now we have our scorecard, and as you can see, what it's populating in real time on the side is actual data coming in from our accounts, showing all of the key metrics that we want. We get a few other customizations here that we can play with, including the data time frame. So the data that we are actually looking at here, we want to make sure that we can see what is, we can pick any number of different date ranges where this may be relevant for. In this case, we typically report on a weekly basis of the previous week performance. So I'm going to choose last week, so that will change all the default areas to our last week. You can then do things like comparisons, so all of these kind of comparison periods, previous period, same period, or my favorite feature of all of this, compared to goal. So if you have goals established for each of these, which we actually don't at the moment, but we will, you can see then that it will actually show the comparisons during the goals for each. Finally, you can then choose how you want notifications to come to you, whether it's by email, mobile, or Slack. The time frame in which you want this scorecard delivered to you. So I do want it delivered to us on Mondays at, let's say, 7 a.m. for the previous week. And then you can choose who you actually share this with. So an example might be only to me or selected users, or you can automatically have additional users added every time they're brought into this account. In this case, I'm going to want myself, and then I'm going to have a person on my team, John Matera, also included in this. And so now we can do a little preview. So we're going to get a scorecard preview in our email, and then we'll get to see how it actually looks. So that's it. Now, if you're good, you like what you see in terms of the report, or even, again, if you have any other changes, you can always come back here and modify this at any point. But I'm going to go ahead and hit save because this is perfect. And now we have an automatic scorecard for sales and marketing that we can use at any point in time. We'll get weekly updates on that, and then we can obviously monitor that over a period of time. So make sure to check it out. It's a really great feature, and we love the function and the outcomes of what scorecards can bring. So for any other additional questions, feel free to email us at inquiry@marketvantage.com. And until next time, we'll see you.